Right.
But it worked. I was able to demonstrate it, and of course, a number of the scientists that had worked with me on the Dewey project, I was able then to tie them in to this new company called Trisense, and subsequently they worked tirelessly to take what I had done and make it into a manufacturable product. And as they said, the rest is history. We've now licensed that technology to a company out of the Valley, Silicon Valley, called Sense Sciences. And they are going to market nationwide the latter part of this year, putting thousands of units into the marketplace. And, of course, they've redesigned it, made it much smaller, made it very cost-effective. That is, the hardware, the device. And the software applications, they're actually providing those online. You can actually download it from their website at sensesciences.com.
You know, when you talk about being able to smell and taste via the internet, that's enough to blow your mind. And then you talk about technology that, you know, actually has the capability to lock a steering wheel so that a drunk driver can't move it. Both of them are so extraordinary, but I think beyond just the concept, the creativity, and the ability to do that, I want to dive into how you went through the process of assembling a team that would help you birth this concept, this vision into, into fruition, because I believe that's something that a lot of entrepreneurs struggle with, you know, how to assemble the right team to be able to bring this product from invention to marketplace like we talked about.
Well, the key to that, Jewel, is networking. I cannot stress that enough. It's imperative to tie into your local chamber of commerce. It's imperative to tie into your local universities or colleges and meet people at the various functions. I mean, you know, most of these functions that they have, these receptions, are free of charge. And it's imperative to tie into these various places where you know there are going to be engineers, there are going to be people that have the skill sets that you can work with. And it's important to do that early on, not just when you need them, but before you need them. It's important to figure out how to network, because no individual has all the skill sets that they will need in order to facilitate an idea. Rather, they're going to end up licensing that idea, or rather they're going to end up forming a business. No one person has all the skill sets, so it's imperative that you learn how to network. And that's what I did early on. For example, one of the strongest PhDs I've had the privilege to work with is Dr. Cedric Stratton.
Oh,
and
he's brilliant.
He's professor. You remember him, right, Joel?
Oh, yes, he's brilliant. Yes, absolutely.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. In fact, I learned so much from him regarding sensoring technology and mapping out the Joule sets as far as power requirements, the whole 9 yards. But he was a professor emeritus at a local university here. And I met him through a mutual business associate. Michael Jewell, that's what I met him through.
Okay.
And as a result of networking, because, of course, that's another thing. If you're kind of a shy individual, well, guess what? You have some friends who are not as shy. So what you can actually do is learn how to interact with those friends who are not as shy, who actually do extremely well at networking, and they can open some doors for you. In other words, you should have surrounded yourself with 2 or 3 people that you can call and say, hey, I need an engineer. Hey, I need a designer. I need this. I need that. And those 2 or 3 people who are excellent networkers, they can provide you with certain names that you'll be able to start nurturing. Once again, it's important to nurture those relationships and to keep those relationships. I've had these relationships now for 20-some years, so now when I need something done, I have a list of individuals that I can call on to get certain things done.
You know, I think that has such inherent value, what you say, because often people think networking is from a social perspective, and it's so much more than that. It's really being able to align yourself, like you said, with the right people and know how to give them what they need so that they can, reciprocate and feed you to be able to work through the process. I'm also interested to know, two of the things that you've spoken about is that you've licensed the technology. And very often we see where people have wonderful ideas, wonderful inventions, and they just kind of hold on to them and they never really reach their full potential. How difficult was it for you to make the decision to license the technology and not just hold on to it yourself, you know, and try to push it in one direction, and what actually led to that decision?
Well, Joe, that's an excellent question, and it kind of I think it will crystallize the conversation. One of the things that happens is that oftentimes inventors or creative people have illusions of grandeur, for lack of a better expression, okay? Because you come up with a great idea, one may think that they can actually facilitate that idea. Those are two different disciplines, two totally different things. And so it's imperative to know where your skill sets start and where they end, and be honest enough with yourself to recognize that.
Oh, you
so
nailed
when
it.
I started, pardon me?
I said you nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I started the Dewey Project, okay, I understood I was going to need assistance at certain points along the road because, of course, there was a lot of the technical pieces that I did not have. And then, of course, the business piece. I understood how to form a corporation because I was a paralegal by trade. But, you know, facilitating a corporation and forming is two different things. Those are different skill sets. So what it's imperative for an individual to do is to say, what do I know how to do? What don't I know how to do? And be honest with oneself in the process and seek out assistance to help. Now, with the Dewey Project, for example, we formed the corporation. We raised the funds, which was a whole nother process, of course. Doing financial planning and raising the funds, that's a process. And then, of course, the same thing we went through with TriSense, but we were able to do it with TriSense a little bit easier because of what we had learned with Dewey.
Right. And, you know, it's very captivating because, you know, we meet so many people who have such incredible ideas. And, you know, right here in Savannah, we have an entrepreneurial center, and you see folks come through there with these concepts, these ideas, and they're so full of energy and passion and desire, and it never kind of moves itself forward. And I think when you're running a service-oriented business versus a product-driven business, the product-driven comes with a lot more, you know, things that you have to engage yourself in. You know, that whole process of taking that concept and, you know, formulating those relationships, running the business. But how is it that, what would be your top three things that a person needs to be knowledgeable about when they're looking to take this product, patent it, license it, protect it? What would be your top three things that they need to be aware of?
The first thing is the misconception of, I'm going to take my idea and I'm going to put it in the closet, and I'm going to hold on to it because someone will steal my idea. Okay? Wrong. That whole concept is wrong. And it has created a treasure trove of ideas sitting in closets and in drawers somewhere because persons have an idea, but they're afraid to move forward with it. So the first thing is the individual must understand that there are numerous ways to provide protection for your ideas, starting with confidentiality agreements.
Right.
Also, a proper, what we call a proper qualified claim, which leads me to the next invention that I'm working on right now that we're going to launch in about 48 to 72 hours, which is just incredible. It should revolutionize the way we take ideas from concept to market. But the first thing, we must get out of the idea that we're the only person with a particular idea. We've got to stop that. That is holding back innovation and is holding us back as entrepreneurs. Here's why. Along with Thomas Edison inventing the light bulb and the carbonized filament that is the working component of the light bulb, Joseph of the UK was also inventing carbonized filaments. The telephone,
right?
Bell versus Graham Bell. Well, guess what? Elijah was inventing telephones as well. The integrated circuit, Noyce versus Jack. These cases went to court because you are not the only person on the planet with that idea. Jewel, we have published more information in the last 10 years than was published in the previous 1,000 years.
Mm.
Information and ideas are rapid and they're everywhere. So the first thing is that inventors must understand there's actual protection and putting a face and name to your idea in the public domain. That is the biggest misconception. And that's why so many entrepreneurs, potential entrepreneurs, inventors don't ever get their product into the marketplace. They never see the light of day because they're sitting there afraid someone will steal it. So there's protection in publishing.
Right.
There's protection. For example, going back to the Dewey Project. The Dewey Project, we actually published that in so many magazines and newspapers. It's impossible for someone to steal it.
Exactly.
Sure we did the patent work, but the patent work is only part of it. It's only part of the process because patents oftentimes ends up in courts, and you have to establish what we call the priority date. Sometimes they're established in the patent, sometimes they're not. Well, when you have a strong priority date and a strong seminal patent, that is a patent that is a new patent for a particular category, you are in a great situation. And when you have made a qualified public claim to it, no one can do a driver bio system, a system that detects ethanol through the hands, without our name coming up, because we have associated our name in the public medium with that idea. In fact, someone did try to steal it, and they went to a company that manufactured breathalyzers and said, I have this idea, and I want you guys to work with me on bringing to market. Well, guess what? The president of that company said, you didn't come up with that idea. The Dewey Project came up with that idea. Then they went out to Indiana to another company, and that company told them, oh, the Dewey Project is Savannah Church came up with that idea. You understand? In other words, you want to make qualified public claim to your idea, and that's what this new invention that we are launching within 48 hours, 72 hours is going to do. That's what it's going to do. It's going to make a qualified public claim for folks' ideas and associate their name, their face with the idea, and at the same time preserve their patent opportunities.
Wow. So are you going to share with us what the name of this is? Are you just going to tease us with it?
Oh, no, I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it. The domain is www.shareideas.me. www.shareideas.me. And basically what it is, it's a collaborative, creative class community that enables inventors. It gives them the opportunity to protect, perfect, and prosper from their ideas. I've taken my 20 years experience in the IP industry and put it in one online experience for inventors to be able to facilitate their ideas.